Okay, boxing fans, Curtis Stevens versus Gennady Golovkin. A lot of people are excited for this. However, I've got a feeling this fight is going to be a total mismatch. Now I'm going to go into why. Golovkin obviously 27-0, we know this, 24 of which by way of knockout. Curtis Stevens 25 to 3 losses, 18 of his wins coming by way of knockout, 1 of his defeats coming by way of knockout. I think this is a mismatch. I think there's a hype job here, and I think it's Curtis Stevens. Right. Now if I'm wrong and this blows up in my face, I'll take it on the chin. But I've got to look at this guy's power, and I've got to say he's overhyped to the brim. Right. This guy, as I said, people are saying that he's got the power to hit, Golovkin, to destroy Golovkin, etc, etc, etc. But we've got to look at this logically now. Who has he been fighting? He's been fighting guys of a certain level, and the level is low. Let's look at some of the guys he's fought. Elvin Ayala, okay, who had already been stopped by Arthur Abraham and then David Lemieux in 1 round. Curtis Stevens also then went and done him in 1 round. What happened to David Lemieux later on when he started to step up in competition? He got decimated. Moving on, then he fought a guy called Derek Findlay. Not seen the fight, but from what I can see on the scorecards is it was a competitive 8-round decision. Right, Findlay, right, had lost 9 times previous to their fight. Okay. Then we got the fight where the hypers all came from, and that was Saul Roman. Okay. Now this guy had 9 losses, 6 of which by way of knockout, before he fought Curtis Stevens. Okay, the people who knocked him out was Vanos Martirosyan, Thomas Uthusian, Sergio Martinez, some unpronounceable named journeyman coming off 6 losses, then knocked him out. Soto Carras and Marco Antonio Rubio, they all KO'd this guy. Let's look at the level of some of these guys. Vanos Martirosyan is untested, he's not exactly world level yet. Thomas Uthusian holds the IBO super middleweight title, but it's not a world recognized title, and he's not ready for anyone at world level. People have said that, so look at it like that. Sergio Martinez, good fighter, great fighter. A journeyman coming off 6 losses knocked this guy out. Saul Roman, a guy coming off 6 losses, knocked Saul Roman out. Soto Carras, a guy who has repeatedly fell at the world title hurdle, knocked this guy out. Rubio, another guy who is of a certain level but not good enough to fight at world level, knocked this guy out. Also, Curtis Stevens knocked this guy out in 1. So knocking Saul Roman out is not an achievement. You're supposed to knock this guy out. Now let's look at some of the other fights that have not ended in a KO. Okay, there have been fighters who have taken away Curtis Stevens' power. For example, Jesse Brinkley. He put him on the back foot, took his power away, and gave him a beating. Right, he didn't have nothing else once Brinkley put him on the back foot. Give him beating, lost the decision. He showed a good chin in that fight though, I'll give him that. Andre Dirrell showed him movement, showed him angles, and in that fight I think everyone can agree Curtis Stevens, if you've seen it, looked awful in that fight. If you've not seen it, go see it and tell me that you are pleased with Curtis Stevens, and I'll show you that you're a liar, because he looked awful in that fight. He cannot deal with the slightest bit of movement, cannot deal with angles, he cannot deal with being put on the back foot. He's got to be on the front foot. He's got to see what I'm saying. And then we go to his only knockout loss, okay, where he got assaulted to the body and straight down the pipe, showing awful defense, and then he got himself stopped by a journeyman coming off 5 losses at the time. Curtis Stevens lost by knockout to a journeyman coming off 5 losses at that time. He did go back and avenge the loss, but it's still something to look at, that he was assaulted to the body, straight down the pipe, put on the back foot, his power didn't hold up, just like he did Jesse Brinkley fight. Jesse Brinkley put him on the back foot, and his power went away. Okay? So this guy has good power, I would say, when he's fighting journeyman. However, he can't deal with movement, and if you put him on the back foot, you've got a great chance of taking away his best attribute in this fight, which is his power. Okay? And another thing, he doesn't like getting work to the body. So what's going to happen in this fight with Gennady Golovkin? I mean, he's already made Golovkin angry, which I don't think is a good idea. So let me tell you what's going to happen. Golovkin's going to come in quickly, he's going to put him on the back foot, and he's going to go to work the body. At that point the fight's over, knockout, inside the first 3 rounds. To be honest, I'll be more annoyed with Golovkin if he doesn't do him inside 1.